Hello and very good morning to all the lovely people. You all are once again most welcome to Tutorials Point. Well, when we all start speaking English as beginners, there are certain common phrases which are associated with our daily life. So in our day-to-day life, there are certain things which we happen to speak day in day out, and because they are so commonly spoken and because you are a beginner who is learning to speak English, it definitely is going to be very helpful if you learn what are the basic phrases to start off learning your English with, because these are the ones which you will need in your day-to-day life, and you will invariably need to learn the best or different ways to use these phrases. So what are we waiting for? Let's go ahead and learn about basic English phrases for beginners. Okay, now thank you is such a common phrase, such a common word which we get to use, which we actually need to use so much, because there are times wherein we get so much help from our friends, our colleagues, maybe our parents, family, whomsoever, and because we get so much help, definitely we need to express our gratitude, and thank you is one such word which is a very common part and parcel of our life. If we happen to count the number of thank yous which we speak in a day, my God, the count is going to be really high. So now especially for beginners, because you're trying to make English a part of your life, so thank you so much is going to be a very important part of your life. So how do you, or what are the situations wherein you can use it? Well, definitely wherever you've been offered help and you want to respond to it, or you want to show your gratitude to it. So thank you so much, or thanks a ton, or thanks a bunch is something which you can use during these situations. So thank you so much for the birthday money, or thank you so much for driving me home. So all these are again, these two are examples wherein you can use thank you. So thank you is again a very common phrase which is used by the beginners, and not just beginners, by everybody, and it is very important. Okay, I really appreciate that. When you're saying I really appreciate that, this also is a different way of expressing your gratitude, right? So whatever you've done for me, I really appreciate, and I'm really happy about whatever you've done for me. So I really appreciate your help, or thank you so much for cooking me dinner. I really appreciate it. So it again is a way of expressing gratitude, right? So a different way you can use this, you can use thank you so much, you can use this as well. So both of them go hand in hand, but yeah, based on the situation, you can choose to use whichever phrase you wish to. Thank you so much, I really appreciate you cooking dinner. So these two can be used together as well if you wish to express your gratitude. Okay, excuse me. Well, excuse me is yet another very common phrase which is used in English, and well, you could use it in so many different situations, obviously, and it is a phrase which invariably is going to come to use in your day-to-day life. So when do you use this phrase? Obviously when you want to probably get someone's attention, or maybe start a conversation, or maybe if you feel that there is someone standing in front of you who is probably looking somewhere else and is thinking something else, and you want to get that person's attention, and probably you want to indicate something to them or tell something to them, is when you're going to use this phrase excuse me, right? So excuse me sir, you dropped your wallet, or excuse me, do you know what time it is? So again, these are phrases, or this is excuse me is a phrase which is used to get someone's attention. Okay. Well, I am sorry, yet another very commonly used phrase in our day-to-day life, and obviously mistakes do happen. There are times when you apologize for your mistakes, and there are many more times when you apologize for someone else's mistakes. So again, I am sorry is yet another very commonly used phrase, and especially if you're a beginner, well, it is a great idea to keep this phrase in mind. Okay. I'm sorry for being late, or I'm sorry for the mess. I wasn't expecting anyone today, or I'm really sorry I didn't invite you to the party. Well, again, I'm really sorry or I'm sorry is yet another way of expressing that it's sort of, you're feeling something, you want to apologize for something. So this is a way of expressing your apology. Simple, sweet, elegant way of doing that. Okay, what do you think? Now, what do you think is a phrase which is usually used to get someone else's opinion or suggestion? If you wish to indicate to any person that, I wish to get your suggestion on this thing, well, you can use this phrase, right? So what do you think about it? So what do you think? Is this going to take off? So in order to get someone's opinion, you need to use this phrase. So, especially if you're a beginner, now that you're aware of it, you can use it at the right places. Okay, I'm not sure if we should paint the room yellow or blue. What do you think? So again, you are using this phrase to get someone's opinion, to ask for someone's opinion or suggestion. How does that sound? Well, how does that sound is yet another way of, sort of asking someone whether do they agree to whatever you are saying or not. So it's not a direct opinion, but it is sort of getting to know whether the people whom you are talking to you, whom you are talking to are in sync with what you are saying or not, right? So how does that sound? Do you really think that works? So again, you are sort of getting to know whether they agree to you or not. So if you suggest an idea or plan, use this phrase to find out what others think. So again, you made a suggestion. Now you want to know whether people agree to it or not. Are they in sync with what you are saying? Are you guys on the same page or not? So let's look at an example. We could have dinner at 6 and then go to a movie. How does that sound? So how does that sound? So you're giving a suggestion, and then you are asking for, or you want to get to know whether the people do agree to your suggestion or not. So how does that sound? Or let's go out for a party and then we can go for shopping, or let's go out for shopping, then we can go for party. How does that sound? So again, you've given a suggestion. Now you want to know whether people do agree to that or not. So how does that sound is just a phrase which is used to sort of get to know whether people agree to what you are saying or not. That sounds great. Well, that sounds great is a way of expressing your agreement, and you are very, very happy, and you completely agree to what the person right in front of you is saying. So that sounds great is a phrase which can be used in that situation. For example, my mom is baking cookies this afternoon. We could go to my house and eat some. How does that sound? Well, the answer comes, that sounds great. So how does that sound, as we discussed previously, is sort of getting to know whether people agree to your opinion or not. And if you agree to that, well then that sounds great, or that sounds fantastic. So this is a way of submitting your agreement to what the person right in front of you is saying. Okay, oh never mind. Well, oh never mind is another phrase, or never mind is another phrase which is used to convey different feelings. Well, it depends on the way that you've spoken this expression. If you say this in full zest, never mind or never mind, it just means that you're okay with whatever has happened, and so you're just trying to convey to the person right in front of you that don't bother, whatever has happened, just forget it and move ahead. But if you say the same expression in a slightly lower tone, oh never mind, it just means, or it just conveys that, well, you are saying that it's okay whatever has happened, but you really wished that whatever that you are saying should have happened, and if it would have happened, you would have loved it, right? So never mind could be used in different situations, and basis the sort of feeling, or basis the message that you want to convey, you can use it accordingly. Or never mind means you could also convey it's okay, just forget it, or never mind, it's okay. So that also could be used to convey that, well, you are saying a yes to it, but somewhere there is something that is bothering you. Well, Same expression, different meanings, right? So use it basis the situation that you are in, basis the feeling that you want to convey. Well, all these expressions I'm sure will help you a lot, especially if you're a beginner. I will see you again in the next video. Till that time, keep learning with Tutorials Point and Tutorix. Have a good day.